Yo. All right. I haven't done it in a long time, Gus. I don't care what you say. Got it in there. It's episode 200 of the Lemon City Live podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am your boy, Larry Fresh. And as always, I am joined by the one and only right there, Producer Fungus, making his 200th episode in a row.
What's up, y'all?
And let's go around the horn here real quick to his, Gus's left. That's our boy, Chris.
What up?
Chris? Hold on. Extreme close-up. Boom. There it is. Up.
Too close.
And let's keep it going around the horn here, man. Let's toss it over to our boy Dennis. Say what's up.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, man, soft-spoken man right there. And even softer spoken is the one and only Big Beto right here, man. Say what's up.
Yo.
There it is. All right, man. This is really cool. This is episode 200 of the Lemon City Live podcast. We're surrounded by our three best and favorite photographers that we have, as well as myself and Gus. Now, these are the guys who are the best, man. These are the heart and soul of the Lemon City operation when we're out on the field, man. So this is we want to take this episode to reflect on 200 episodes and everything that's going on. But before we do that, Gus, tell everybody what's up.
Hey, man. Lemon City Live is brought to you by Magic City Highlight. Magic City's 2020 season started on May 1st and will run through the end of November. For now, the court will stay closed to the public, but you'll be able to watch all of the games in real time on YouTube on the Highlight channel. If you need a sports fix, I know we all do, we highly recommend that you all check it out. The Highlight channel also has a ton of other original content to help you understand the game and get you more familiar with the players in the league, like our co-host who's not here today, Tanar Davis. So just go to YouTube. Duty. Yeah, got daddy duty. It's all good. Brought to you by. Just go to youtube.com/highlight channel. Forget that echo that Edwin messed up with right there.
That wasn't me.
That's spelled JAIALAI channel. It's free to subscribe, and you'll never miss a moment of the action.
That's what's up. That wasn't me, by the way. All right. So anyway, guys. I don't know who's got a live feed going on in the back. Actually, let me double check and make sure it's not me. It might have been me.
Yeah, it was that one.
It was? I don't know how that happened. Anyway, okay. Maybe it's fixed now.
I swear that's never happened to me before.
It's never happened to me before. Anyway, it's still going on. It's not me. Somebody else is doing it. Anyway, all right. Episode 200, guys. We did it. Gus?
Yeah.
We made it. We made it after so many prior episodes and potential setbacks. We have persevered. Not even a pandemic could stop us in achieving our goal of 200.
Facts.
Factually factual on that
Factually factual this time, yeah.
So, like I was saying earlier, today's episode, we're going to keep it chill, man. The guest today is the most important guest we've had. It's our people. It's the people that help make us. It's the people that have helped, help us create a presence in the media world. You know what I mean? And at sporting events, and it's the reason that we're here. Like my boy Beto right there, he's got his nice Lemon City Live shirt, just like me right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad somebody got the memo. The rest of you guys let me down there, but it's exactly that, man. It's a thank you to all the fans. It's a thank you to everybody who's been a part of the show. Oh, wait a minute. I think just like the podcast, we have an intruder amongst us. Yeah, there it is. We just had a drive-by.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, man, this is, we're reflecting. This is a really big day for us. This is a big achievement, something I'm really, really proud of. And again, it's something that we couldn't have done without everybody's help, So today we just want to say thank you to those people and give those people a platform to share their stories and, how everything came to be. A lot of people are always asking, what's Lemon City, or how did that start? Today's kind of one of those episodes where we get to kind of tell a little story and go from there.
Yeah, man. Like I just want to point out that, we're more than just a podcast. We write articles, we do video reports and stuff like that. And none of that stuff would be possible without these three guys over here. Right. Without Chris, without Dennis, without Beto. And you guys always come through, man. And you guys always do a great work with us. And we Edwin and I really appreciate everything you guys do for Lemon City, man. So, we for our 200th episode, we wanted to invite you guys and just, talk about your perspective of Lemon City, right? The fans don't really get to see your side of the story, right? They're either like reading what I'm writing or they're listening to the podcast, or what Gabe writes, when he writes
Yeah.
baseball and stuff like that. But if you see the pictures, all we have some great photography that goes along with our articles, and that's all you guys, right? Or sometimes, well, when I know Beto's helped me out a few times doing video reports. Dennis has edited video for us before.
Oh yeah.
So
And Chris was our fantasy football guy. So if you're mad
that's
at all his old articles,
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
you gotta get mad. He's right over there. There we go. Oh wait, no, there we go.
That's
guy.
right.
Yeah, man.
Our
Chris,
fantasy football guy, man. Those
man.
articles were money.
yeah, bro. We had a lot of people that would get pissed off at those.
Yeah.
You can never please everybody in the fantasy world. But hey, look, already, Pablo. Thanks for the Great Dudes Rock. Pablo's actually a guy that we met very early on, man. Pablo's a cool dude, man. We were classmates over at FIU when Lemon City started, and he was on a soccer podcast. And soccer was the first sport that gave us access. Soccer was the first in that we had, and it was nice. Thankfully for us, it gave us an opportunity to learn and do stuff. And Pablo was one of those guys that we actually met early on the trajectory there, man. So thanks, Pablo, for watching. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So let's start off. Who's been with us the longest? Is it Chris? Yeah, right. Chris has been with us.
I don't know. I don't know if Beto was there before me or not. I honestly don't remember.
I think it was Chris. I think it was you. You started writing for us before you started shooting for us.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So let's tell everybody about you, man. Like, obviously you're a Chiefs fan. No, you're not one of these bandwagon Chiefs fan. You've been going through it.
Yeah.
So tell us, man. Tell us about what's been what's something that you've done with Lemon City that sticks out to you.
Get on the field. That's a big thing, bro. It's like having the access, being that close to the players, and I think what hit me the most was probably for baseball, for MLB, was looking up at the stands and seeing the kids reaching out for the autographs. Like I was that kid, and now like I'm on the field. Like when I was that kid, I'd be like, "Yo, how did they get down there?" And now like we're down there, we have that access. So like that's huge, bro.
Yeah, man. That's all. Is there like a singular moment in all the games that you've covered for us that sticks out to you?
Games, I can't think of games, but the moment for me would be seeing the Chiefs coming off the plane. Dennis was there with me that day. Like that excitement was real, bro. Like it was crazy because at first I was annoyed because the players were coming out to the opposite side, but then when I noticed like the dope players were coming out right by us, bro, like that was an experience. So that was probably like the best moment I've had for sure with Lemon City, was seeing the Chiefs live and up close.
That's awesome, man. It's funny because we got approved to cover Super Bowl week, right? To all the media stuff. So I got a link to download an app that has like all the different media events going on. And when I saw that one, that we can send somebody to cover the players getting off the planes, I'm like, yo, I have to send Chris, man. You know what I'm saying?
That was dope.
He's like, when is he gonna get this opportunity again to shoot his players getting off the plane, like his favorite football team getting off the plane for the Super Bowl? Like, you know what I'm saying? That was a no-brainer for me.
Yeah,
I think for me, one of the coolest things, and we had a chance, Gus and I and TD, we were on the Kewala podcast with our boy Darwin, and that was like an opportunity for us to tell our side of it. And I said something on there that today is still true, which is one of the coolest things, and probably the thing that I've maybe enjoyed. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been lucky to cover some games and be on the field for some events that stuff is incredible. But honestly, something that's right up there, just as cool, and probably something I might be even more proud of, is the fact that I've met really cool people. Like prior to this, I didn't know Beto, I didn't know Dennis. We met. Now we're all tight, we're all cool. Built relationships like that. Chris and I actually have a funny story from crossing paths in the past. Being on a softball team back in the day that we didn't even know we would cross paths again. You know what I mean?
Tell everybody how you found out.
Oh man, it was well, here's the funny thing, Chris. I don't know if I've told you this, but Chris, your cousin, our friend Manny, who's been on the show also, he sent me when he said, "Hey, I got a cousin who wants to write some fantasy articles." I'm like, "All right, cool. Give me his number, send me his information." When he sent me your phone number, I already had it on my phone, and it showed up as Chris Softball.
That's awesome.
To this day, I've never changed it. I left it at Chris Softball. Every time you call me, it still says Chris Softball. And I'm like, wait, who the hell is Chris Softball? And I'm thinking, like, oh man, it was this guy I played softball with like some years back. So, small world, man. It's crazy. It happens. But I got to meet, and we've been able to, become friends now and work together and share these things. But the biggest thing is meeting these people and being able to help each other out, give each other opportunities. Chris is a big sports fan, just like us. Somebody helped us out a long time ago, getting into a game and starting this up. So, we're just paying it forward. And when Chris got to go and cover the Chiefs at the welcoming of the Super Bowl, I thought that was like, damn, man. That was like, to me, that was one of the coolest things. Like, how cool is it that we get to link up a guy who's that much of a hardcore fan, to cover his team like that? To me, that's super dope. And, with Dennis and Beto, I mean, you guys also at the same time, man, being able to link each other. I know Dennis, when I ran into him the first time, was at a Marlins game.
Yeah.
And he was telling me after getting to talk a little bit, he's telling me how big of an FIU fan he is and, how he's a proud alumni and this and that. And I was like, yo, you want to cover a football game? And, the rest of it. So, we've always been able to pay it forward. And Beto, the same thing. Beto just sits there stoic, and that's the same expression we get out there on the field. But, man, boy can take pictures like no one else, man, and at the drop of a hat, he's always down to help. And, bro, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done also as well. But I think it's cool, man. Like, it's these relationships and these connections that, I really value the most, man. That's what's been the best. Oh, wait, look. See, Pablo confirming. Yep, Miami FC. That's where we started, man. Hopefully we'll get back out there soon, man. So
yeah, and especially now they're back playing at FIU at Ricardo Silva Stadium.
God, man, that's been a real. That one's like this pandemic, obviously, and guys, whoever's watching out there, I hope you're safe. I hope you're not out there endangering yourself. Everybody's doing all right. It's hard times for everybody, but man, this. Damn fucking shit, man. Like, we had so many cool things lined up, man, and that really upset me. Like, we had some cool stuff. Like, all of us here in the circle, we're all excited about all the things we had coming up.
The first weekend of lockdown was supposed to be the inaugural home game for Miami FC, which Dennis, you were going to shoot that. Right?
Yeah,
you were going to shoot that game. So.
Yeah, man.
I was looking forward to it, bro.
Yeah, man. So, what about you, Dennis? What's a singular moment that has stood out to you while covering something with Lemon City?
I gotta say two things, like the FIU game, because that was like historic to be there. It just, you felt the energy in that place. And also my personal favorite, the Dolphins game I covered. When I found out, I was so excited about covering the game because I'm a huge Dolphins fan. And then 2 days before, I find out that the 72 team is going to be there.
Nice.
So that ended up being Don Shula's last
right.
appearance at a game. I saw Shula, saw Zonka, Larry Little, Greasy. I even saw Dan Marino there, Dan Moore. So I was a grown man trying everything possible to just stay professional, man. Just stay calm and relax. But I was a 10-year-old inside, though.
That's really cool, man. That's really cool. Yeah, man, I remember that. Because I remember when you when we were going to the game and you were like, dude, the 72 team is going to be at this and whatever. Do you think I can go shoot them? I'm like, yeah, I kind of need you to go shoot them. Like, like this is what you got to do, So that was really cool, man. And yeah, I remember when we first had you come out to FIU games, it was cool to meet someone else that is a proud FIU alum. You know what I mean? That roots for FIU. Like, it's rare to see in Miami. Even the Facebook group, like, there's not many compared to like other sports Facebook groups. It's not a huge group, but it's building up. So, and I think
it's a small
we do
fan base.
It is. But the work that we do, I think, will help increase that. So it's cool to have people that actually care about the work that we're doing.
Yeah, man, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Actually, it looks like we have another guest joining the stream here. What up?
Oh,
that guy. Hey.
How are you guys? Happy 200th episode.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
We can't have 200 without one of the guys who was there for 100. You know what I mean? So
that's true.
look at that.
I completely forgot I was on the 100th episode. I was like, oh shit, I was on the 100th episode. Thank you guys for thinking of me. This is truly an honor.
Man, awesome,
Sure,
awesome, man.
You can
Hey,
turn
bro.
yourself up a little bit, bro.
What's that?
What was that?
Ferb, you can turn yourself up a little bit.
Oh,
You sounds a little low.
how about now?
There we
you
go.
There you
There we go. There we go.
Man, bro. So, Ferb,
So what's up?
how you doing, man? How you been? Haven't
Pretty
seen you in a
good,
while.
man.
How's quarantine
Yeah.
treating you?
I'm slowly losing my mind, but we're making the best out of it. I do every 3 days I take laps around in my car, around my neighborhood, and that's the most outside that I get. So
do you still dress up just to be around your house?
Oh, for
yes,
sure.
1,000%. 1,000%. I always gotta look good. You never know when.
That's what's keeping your small bit of sanity left. That's what he's
Oh
like,
yeah.
I gotta wear these floral pants. That's what it is.
I've been doing a lot of online shopping, and then once it gets here, I get bummed out because I'm like, wait, where the hell am I going to wear this to? So that's sort of
I was
that's sort
kind
of
of
where we're at.
I was kind of upset that the Dolphins cheerleaders didn't have their fashion show this year because I was ready.
Man, I
was
was
ready.
I know. I was so
That
ready.
time already?
What'd you say, Edwin?
I said, is it that time already? Are we in? Is it season for the fashion show?
Last season they didn't do it. It's usually like around October or something like that. They didn't do it last season.
No, we did it. We did it with Ferb. He was there.
That was the season before.
No,
No,
that was.
that was like 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago. I was there.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know. Damn. Yeah, I could have missed it. But well, I mean, how you?
Yeah,
you doing? Huh?
yeah, that was disappointing. I always that's always a day that I flex on everyone. So yeah, I'm real disappointed they canceled that.
Yeah. See, I learned my lesson after dressing up like staff the first time, and then I went a little better dressed last year, and I was ready to. I got some floral pants with the matching shirt that I was gonna debut at the next one, so it's still waiting. I can still debut it, but actually, Ferb, man, 100 episodes ago, you were not doing what you're doing right now, man. So. We were just reflecting on all the growth that we've had, bro. But at the same time, man, our boy over here, you're killing it on Tuno 24.9. Give us a little radio voice real quick.
Okay. Hey, what's up, Espera? Estás escuchando tu 94.9, número uno, para hits de hoy. I'll give you that.
There you go.
The rest you got to tune in.
All right.
But yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. What 100 episodes? I mean, that's what 2 years, 52 weeks. So
maybe, yeah. I mean, we skip a few years.
2 years, yeah. But yeah, it's pretty crazy to see how far we've come in such a short amount of time. I think forward momentum and just always, trying to get better and get better and get better. And those small little victories, if you think about it, it accumulates through time and it becomes like this one big forward push that we've all made. So yeah, man, we should all definitely be super proud because 200 episodes of anything is not easy.
Yeah.
Especially now with so much like technological issues that we're having and the mics and making sure everybody sounds good and everybody looks good and people talking over people because it's through video chat and it's not in person. And so and you'd be surprised, there's a lot of people at our sister stations that I talk to a lot, and they're in a funk, and with good reason. I've been in a little funk the past couple of weeks too. I just started to kind of get the gear rolling, on how to kind of keep consistency with what you're doing. So props to you guys, because you guys haven't missed a beat.
Surprisingly, this pandemic was almost beneficial to us in a way. In a weird way, it allowed us to. Yeah. Or forced our hand into trying to figure out a new way to do everything, and we've been fortunate, man. The stream has been working. We've been having a lot of fun with it. Been able to do things like this, where we're all away, but yet we're still, I get to see you guys. I haven't seen anybody in a while, but it's nice to see your faces. But if I can make a suggestion, I think you should get back on your stand-up comedy. I know you. That's gonna pause. You should just record your comedy and post that. Just
I refuse to do that.
No,
I
want stand-up. I want to see it.
I know, but it just kind of kills it. It's like I don't know. I've been getting that so much. But I feel like it's sort of like the crowd is so important to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because as comedians, we feed so much off the crowd, and a lot of my stuff is crowd work as it is. So, at least when you're doing sports without fans, you're getting to an end goal. So you did good because you won.
No.
And like I could record myself and then put, and I could think it's hilarious, but it could actually really have sucked, if there wasn't a crowd there. And there are times where I'll go and I'll do like a 15-minute set, and I'm starting to notice that the crowd isn't feeling it tonight. So I have to do a 360 and either go off other material or start doing crowd work or start at zero again and then see where I go from there. So that sort of game of mental chess is kind of knocked out when you don't have a crowd. So, I think a lot of comedians were very selective on where we record and what do we post. I know comedians that will just record every set and throw up on Instagram every single set. But I feel like for example, comedians, they only do stand-up specials maybe once every 2 years, once every 3 years, because they look for that perfect,
they got to get it down. Yeah,
exactly, that perfect night where the crowd is just right, and then you put it on Instagram or you put it on Netflix or whatever, and you just see that big boom of, damn, this guy's serious. There are a lot of comedians that shoot themselves on the foot because they put a mediocre night up, and then that's the first thing people see, and they're like, this guy kind of sucks. But in reality, it just could have been a bad day. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be mediocre, bro. Don't be mediocre. Keep strive for greatness, like our boy LeBron says, right?
I mean, you could always you could always just stand up like on the roof of your house with a big speaker on and just tell jokes.
Driving by. Do a drive-by, man.
I tried taking out my DJ equipment and setting it up on my balcony, and then doing like a little set, for my people in Kendall. But apparently, people in my community do not like music, and they are very cranky, so they did not enjoy that. It's not like in Brickell where everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, yes, music, let's go!" No, over there,
David Guetta's in my backyard.
Right.
I got Rojas in my backyard. Not as good.
No, in my neighborhood, they're like, "Cállate la boca, que yo estoy acá viendo la televisión," and I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry. I'll shut up."
Caso cerrado.
A lot of casos cerrado.
Hey, well, congrats to you, my friend. You've been killing it, and just like we've been able to grow together, man. So glad we've been able to witness it.
Congratulations, that's been said to you guys. I think hanging out with you guys for like the 2-3 years that we consistently were like at the same place at the same time, like 3 to 4 times a week.
Yep.
I think it really just taught me, what it's like to have dedication and be consistent. I think in anything, consistency is what really gets you there. Your talent will give you the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
But it's your drive and your persistence and your motivation that will help you stay there or bring you to the next level. And you guys are a prime example. When you're a brat like me at 18 years old, deer in headlights everywhere, I'm really lucky that I met you guys, and I'm really lucky that I was able to hang out with people that have the same mindset of me, and people that were really there to help get used to how all this works. So I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys a lot.
Hey, bro, we appreciate you, my friend. And it's funny you mentioned that because, like you said, like mindsets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In this industry, we've met a ton of people. Just last week, for our first ever Friday night happy hour show, we had Brandon Tobin on from 790 to join us. And how did we meet him? Same way, it's being out there, having an opportunity to cover an event or something like that, and creating a network and creating a connection with somebody, and showing them like, hey, bro, like you said, I'm in this, man. I got the same mindset as you. I'm trying to to get better. I'm trying to grow something or get better at something else. And I think it's infectious, man. You want to surround yourself with people like that. And look around the table here. We've all fed off each other's energy. I'm telling you, I go back to the Dennis story because, I'm at a Marlins game. I know you guys are the photographers, and I'm just trying to be half as cool as you photographers there because you guys are the pros. I'm the amateur guy. But sometimes the pros can't be there, so the amateur has to fill in. And sometimes the amateur just wants to go to a Marlins game and, get better. So I would go to these games, and I met Dennis over there. And, here we are at a Marlins game, man. I think it was the throwback day. Was that the...
Yeah.
That was the day we were conversing, I think. And we're at the throwback Marlins game. Everything's cool. Like, we're looking at Luis Castillo and... was Alex Gonzalez?
Gonzalez.
Yeah, they were just standing right there. And, I'm making small talk with Dennis, who I'd seen before a few times, that we had talked and at a prior Marlins game and spring training as well. And then I'm like, I don't even know how we got into it, but it was just like we started talking about FIU. And then I see this guy, like, he gets really excited about, like, oh, I would love to do an FIU game. And I'm just thinking, oh, like, it's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? But again, you feed off that energy. You make these connections with people. And to be able to give, like, people who become your friends an opportunity to do something that they really like, that's awesome, man. To know how much Dennis loves, and wanted to do something for FIU. To see Chris, look at him, bro. He's the only guy I've ever seen wear a Chiefs hat. I mean, come on, dude. Like, the only other time I ever saw anybody wear a Chiefs hat was at Super Bowl Media Day. But those guys flew in from Kansas City. Ain't none of them live down here.
Nope.
And Beto's actually a funny story, because I know Beto from a few years ago, because he and I were both in the fucking marching band at FIU. I don't think we were in it at the same time, though. Were we, Beto? I don't think so, right? Beto's a little younger he's a little younger than me. But yeah, so we met through mutual friends or whatever, and I saw that he would do photography, because from social media and shit like that. So one day I just asked him, I was like, hey, dude, you wanna shoot an FIU basketball game? I forget what was the first one that I invited you to. Maybe it was baseball, FIU baseball or something.
Basketball.
Like that. It was basketball?
Yes, sir.
All right. So and he was just always willing. Every time I ask him to do something, man, if he's free, I don't think he's ever said no to me, bro.
Dude.
and that's so super appreciative, man. Super appreciative of you and your time, your skills. You know what I mean? What you bring to the table. Definitely. So Beto, what's yours, man? I know, like, in the beginning, it was just you were just doing like FIU basketball or baseball here and there, but eventually you've done some cooler shit than that. So what's one moment that sticks out to you from something that you've covered for us?
My first ever FIU football game. Okay. That I was able to be on the field taking pictures, and Chris was on the opposite side of the field, and I'm saying I can't take shots at this goal line because my lens was too long. And he's like, yeah, you should just get a wider lens. Then every gig after that, I bought a different lens, so much that even that's one of my lenses at home.
I swear to God, I'm gonna get it back to you as soon as this thing's over. It's nicely tucked away there. It's safe, But I got you, bro, and I appreciate you. See, again, we're all helping each other out.
Oh man, so how do you feel? Like, I don't know, all you guys. I don't know how much sports photography you had done before you started working with us, but how do you feel like this? How, like, doing this has helped your game, like, and just photography in general? Chris,
I hadn't done it before. I don't even know why. I remember when you guys gave me the opportunity to do it, I kind of kicked myself in the butt. Like, why wasn't I ever doing sports photography? I love photos and I love sports. Like, why didn't I ever just put two and two together? But it's helped out a lot. Like, kind of like what everyone was saying about relationships. Like, now I'm that guy that watches a football game and I'm able to name, like, all the photographers that are around the end zone. Like I'm that guy. It's like, oh, look, there's James and this guy and that guy and that guy. And it's like, there's a network of people. And it's crazy because no matter how experienced they are or how many years they've been doing it, it's like we're all have the same struggles, the same ups and downs. So it's really interesting to come across that. But it kind of gives you another side of sports, seeing how, behind the scenes comes together, like going to a Marlin game, going to the press box and being able to be around, like, all the writers and, of course, that bomb ice cream that they have. That's always an amazing part of the Marlin games. So good. It's just seeing a different side of sports and kind of really appreciating everything that goes on, and not only during the game, but pre-production and post-production.
Cool. All right. What about you, Dennis? Because you had done sports photography before you started working with us, because that's how you met.
Yeah, I was doing some Marlin games for another website, and then I started working with you guys, and I don't know, like, it makes me, like, I feel like every game I learn something different, you know, and obviously following other photographers, like Chris said, you learn other angles, like, oh, well, I should try this next time or stuff like that. And aside from that, it's something I've always been very timid, and I've always wanted to do. I always had that dream, like do something like that in sports, but I was always like, no, that's not, I can't do that. That's not, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. Suddenly, you know, I started doing it little by little, and, you know, it feels good to be able to get out there and do something I've always wanted to do.
All right. What about you, Beto?
I've never shot any sports until that first basketball game that he told me to shoot. The closest thing I have to sports is marching band. You know,
there you go.
It's on a football field. Yeah, so.
You're right.
Yeah.
So
cool,
yeah.
Man. So how do you feel like, you know, shooting for Lemon City has helped you and your like regular photography game?
Yeah, it's taught me a lot. I want to say that.
Okay.
It doesn't matter a few words, man, but he gets right to the point. You know what I'm saying? Actually, it's funny that I want to give a shout out to somebody. See, I'm the amateur photographer. Before you guys came aboard, I used to do some photography with our old photographer. I want to give a shout out to Alyssa, wherever she is right now out in Atlanta. She's she's moved on to bigger, better things. So shout out to her. But when we first started, she was our original photographer, and I shadowed her for a whole season of Hurricanes football. And I had never, other than a point and shoot camera, I never really messed around with anything. And I did a whole season just, you know, watching her and taking pictures as a secondary photographer. And we never published a single picture that I took.
You know what, bro? Shout out to Miami FC for allowing us to take as many people and as many media people as we wanted, because that really allowed us to learn from each other on the road.
Man.
Like you learned from Alyssa, like on how to shoot and stuff like that. And back when Enrique was with us, you know, like I saw what he did. I learned some things from him because he used to be the guy that wrote most of our articles back then.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, we've all learned from everybody.
Yeah, man. It's been a learning process for all of us, man.
Speaking of, we got somebody from Miami FC on the line waiting to hop on here in a second. Another large fellow who's very important figurehead in Miami FC.
Large fellow.
And but anyway, yeah, it was, you know, it's I give props to Alyssa. I learned a lot from you know, watching her and shadowing her. And then when she was no longer able to take pictures for us and it fell on my shoulders, I was like, all right, man, I'll figure it out. You know, what am I going to do? And I went out there, started taking pictures, and we've been out there, man, at those, you know, Tuesday night, you know, single FIU baseball games with, you know, a couple people in the crowd, or some random basketball game, or an old Strikers game, you know. Those are different times, man. But shit, man, I learned a lot from each and every one of those, you know. And like Chris was saying about networking with the other photographers, man, I'm in a group chat with like some bomb ass photographers. I don't like to brag too much, but they're all hat fans, and we're in this hat chat. It's exclusive. I can't let anybody in. But shout out to my boy Eric who put me into that, and it's just cool because I wouldn't have never met like-minded individuals if it wasn't for this. You know what I mean? These are guys that are into these kind of things, and it's mad tight, man. I really, really, really appreciate it. So, and I think it's great, man. I think it's really, really cool that we're all here, and you know, we get to have these moments. Fer, you look like you want to say something.
Oh no, I was just stretching my back.
Oh, okay.
But I agree with everything that you're saying.
All right, cool. You mind if I bring Achilles on? I gotta drop you for a second and switch you guys out because I can only put 6 people on at a time, man. We're maxed out here.
It.
All right.
Go for it.
We'll bring you right back. Hold on. Let's get in Achilles here real quick because he's been waiting in the green room. Welcome Achilles to the show.
I'm not camera ready, bro. Jeez.
Yeah, there he is. There's our boy.
If quarantine was a person, this is what it looks like right now.
That's a good looking quarantine.
I like it. About it.
Yes, it is what it is. Is the sound coming in all right?
Yeah, man, we hear it just fine.
Okay, cool. I don't have any of my stuff.
I know, bro. But you're looking good, man. How's life up in Philly? You still up there, right?
Yeah.
All right.
It is what it is. You know.
My man, for the Union. Look at, again, more growth, man. The man was the Miami FC guy, sitting there our favorite, universally acclaimed favorite memory is our boy in that press box the day of the Miami Magic City Classico in the rain in Hialeah, watching everything fall apart, and then bringing in the backup goalie to play the field with a T-shirt and a marker scribed number on it. You know, to see where you've gone from there to now, chilling up in Philly, working for Major League Soccer. Again, bro, these are the things that make me the happiest about everything that we've done is to see growth from our friends, people that we met. We didn't know Achilles prior to doing this, but you know, he saw three idiots from Miami that wanted to cover Miami FC, and he's like, all right, I'll approve.
I was just the fourth idiot, so it wasn't like it was, you know, can recognize your own kind.
That's true.
Yeah, man, Miami FC is a jumping off point for all of us. Pretty cool.
Yeah, man. You always got to shout them out when I get a chance to, man. But let me ask
you.
Now
and he was on episode 100 too. There's another episode 100 guy right here.
That's true. Achilles, now that you're at working for an MLS team up in Philly for the Union, I haven't heard. Are there any tentative plans for having the season return or anything like that? Because I know NHL just dropped their plans today.
Yeah, the only stuff is the stuff that's leaked about potentially Orlando, but there's nothing official yet. So,
bro, Orlando's just gonna host everybody.
Yeah, they have all those teams. You might as well. They're not doing anything else.
Seriously.
All the hotels are empty. All that wide world of sports is completely empty. So.
Yeah. Well, until LeBron gets there, then.
Oh, Achilles, Herb wants to say coming through with the pizza for the media. Always at those Miami FC games. That Papa John's pizza was always clutch, man.
Oh yeah.
True. Yeah, we had Chick-fil-A, but only for staff members. So.
But actually, mention the Miami FC thing real quick. One of my favorite memories, besides that favorite, you know, everything is fine and the whole world is blowing up memory, was you know, we're new bucks. We didn't know anything that was going on. We're covering our games. We're trying to write an article and take a picture and fix a website that we didn't know how to work on. And then one day after a game, I don't remember if it was Christy or Achilles or who it was that said, "Hey, come up to suite something after the post game conference," and we're like, "Okay, yeah, we'll pass by." And we're like, you know, we didn't know anything, so we get up there, and it's everybody from Miami FC, all their staff is just eating all the leftover food from the suites. There's all the beer, drink, everybody, and everybody's just shooting the shit, talking. There's Bruce was there, Juan Arango, the commentators, the play-by-play guy, all the people, and I'm just like, bro, this is
we had fun, bro. It was a lot of tedious, tough work to get anything going with that team. So
yeah, man,
we were here to enjoy ourselves.
And that was fun. What I remember from that night is I think it was Edwin was like telling me to not go crazy or something like that because there was free beer. You know what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm gonna drink beer, shit. So then, and I'm just in my head, I'm picturing Farva from Super Troopers. Open bar, dude. Farva's number one. That's what I'm thinking about.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, it felt like I was, I had to look out, man. I had to look out. Sometimes at the beginning when we're all doing stuff, you know, I had to say the unpopular stuff because, you know, I'm trying to take it serious. And then I realized everybody's, you know, eating shit, you know, so I'm like, all right, fine, you know, go nuts. But those are good times, man. I do remember that first time up there. Then after that, every other game, I was looking forward to, like, yo, we're going up to, what was the suite? Oh, God, I forget the number.
I don't remember the numbers.
It was right next to the press box.
Yeah, it was right next to the press box, and there was just all these chicken fingers or whatever everywhere, and beer.
Yeah,
oh, bro, it was good. It was solid, bro.
I think I took home like a platter of cookies.
I used to take home platters of Chick-fil-A all the time.
Oh.
I would just be like eating it in my car at 2:00 in the morning after a game. I'm way back home, half dead.
You see, usually like that just sounds sad, but in this case, that's awesome.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so good. I think we can all agree. We've all been here. All of us, obviously, Achilles, but the rest of you photographers as well. There's been those nights where it's late at night and you're stuck in that press box, and you know whether Gus was writing a story and then everything changed at the last second, so you have to rewrite the whole thing, and you're trying to meet a deadline, and Chris is sitting there, even though he's not, his work is done, you know, and he's just like, all right, I'll keep you guys company, or Dan is the same way, or Beto. I mean, there was times where it would end at Miami FC, and then Gus and I would go over to, Vicky's Bakery or the library to finish stuff at FIU. Like, man, those are some weird days, man. You know, we're just trying to figure out, but that grind, you know, you're looking, it's like, man, it's after midnight. You're like, oh, damn. But those chicken fingers coming through at 2 a.m. are clutch, man. Whoa.
Achilles, Edwin already mentioned that night, the Magic City Classico, when you had to write on a plain white T-shirt with a marker. What's that goalkeeper's name? Something Johnson?
No, Lionel Brown, dude.
Lionel Brown, man.
Oh, that was Lionel Brown.
Legend in the South Florida soccer community, dude.
You had to write down his last name on the back of a plain white T-shirt with a friggin' magic marker.
And only in NPSL would that be allowed.
Oh my god! Well, sorry. So aside from that moment, what moment sticks out to you?
Like
while
as
working
wild or
no? While working for Miami FC.
I guess going to Orlando and spanking them. Like, we all bust up there the day of, you know what I mean? Like,
that was nice.
The same day. That was, it was super cool.
And we were there too, man. We made the trek up to Orlando for that game.
Was that you and me, Edwin?
And I think Alyssa too. The three of us went up there, yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, that
was cool because we brought up a bunch of little, little fan section and everything, and they put out that garbage ass lineup, thinking that it was gonna be an easy game, and they got smoked.
Yep.
Oh, shout out to Stefano Pino.
Oh,
yeah, bro, the hat trick. That was the cool part. But
where is that guy now?
He's in Thailand.
So
he went to Orlando, got hurt, wasn't getting any play time, and then just he's been like in Thailand now for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
All right.
Gotta chase that money, man.
Yeah.
You gotta chase that money. But and this is another thing. Another cool thing. When we started this, the first thing we ever did was a podcast, and it was an episode 1. If you go into our SoundCloud page and you search the archives there, you'll find episode 1. Episode 1 was just Gus, Enrique, and myself talking into a laptop. We didn't have anything. We didn't have a microphone. None of this. We never would have envisioned what we're seeing right now here. Didn't even know any of you guys. But like I said, soccer was the first thing that gave us access outside of doing a podcast. And man, I was a soccer fan. Enrique and Gus, they're definitely not local soccer fans. You know, they didn't really know. I had gone to some striker games. Gus, obviously, and Enrique followed a little Barcelona here and there, but it was something new for us. It was something like, all right, well, this is what we got to do. Let's immerse ourselves in this. And we did, man. And to be honest, man, I miss it, man. Like, I bet, those Miami FC games were a lot of fun. I really, of all the teams that we've covered, the Dade Brigade, of all the teams, look right above my head, bro. Look right above my head. Right there. There it is. Anyway, that team was a team that, we really clicked with, we really connected with, we really, vibed with, and grew to have a really cool relationship. And it's still a team that I look back with, a lot of cool memories of, man. Unlike some of the other teams that we've covered, we had some incredible access to that team. And it was a lot of it thanks to this dude right here, man, Our first ever question that we asked at a press conference was asking Nesta, something about the game. And he was like, I'm not happy. And that's the soundbite that we use on our show to this day.
Yep.
So, it goes a long way, man.
Hey, man. We were just like, wait, you actually want to cover us? Yes. Here's all the access you need. Please continue.
Yeah. I was like, that was when I applied, I was like, that was ridiculously easy. I can be on the field, and you guys are like, yeah. And I was like,
yes.
Okay. I was like, what's stopping anybody else from doing this? That's what I want to know.
Ferb just hit me up, Maraca Man, too. Remember him?
That
guy was all off beat, bro. But, man.
Dude, that's another Miami FC press box alum, Ferb.
Yeah, Ferb, man. He's another one. Yeah. Guys, get off the feed so I can bring in Ferb.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
But, yeah, it gave us so many opportunities. It helped fine tune our skills, man. we learned how to write articles. We learned how to do so many things on the fly because of that. And shout out to the strikers as well, man. Steve was the guy who gave us access. That was the very first game. If you look, right there, what I'm pointing at, that's our first ever credential. I framed it. I still have it. That's the first ever one we have. I was like, bro, I got to remember where you came from. Like how everybody puts their first dollar bill that they made. I put up the first credential. And then all the stuff over here, that's all the other credentials that some of the ones that I've kept. But again, because of this one, I got to do all this stuff here, and it starts somewhere. So, shout out to Steve for hooking us up and giving us an opportunity.
We met Ronaldo that day.
Yeah.
Y'all got to meet Ronaldo and Nesta.
In the same day.
No, that was the same day.
That was the first game. Was the first ever. Well, this game right here though was actually Strikers versus Shakhtar Donetsk.
Oh yeah,
no, it was it was a friendly. But then I think the second game we did, which was the first Magic City Classico, or no, what is it? What did they call it? What did you guys call it? It was Magic City Classico.
Yeah.
Okay. The first time.
Came up with it. Not a big deal. Not a big deal.
When it was Strikers,
I had to fight hard for that name too. They were like, no, they wanted to do like Derby and stuff. I'm like, no, bro, what are you talking about?
Classico, bro. Gotta throw a little sprinkle that pizzazz in there.
Pew pew. What ought to do?
Yeah, man. And then that game, we just did our first press conference. We didn't ask a single question. We were like, what the hell's going on? And then as we're walking out, the three of us are like, oh, bro, we're cool, man. We just did a press conference. And it was in a trailer. And we're like, yeah, we're cool. And then all of a sudden, we're in this little hallway. And
we were outside.
We were outside in this little hallway, walkway. And Gus goes, yo, you're walking into that guy's photo. And he stops me. And when I look, it's freaking Ronaldo taking a picture with two people, and I'm like,
not how it happened.
Yes.
I didn't say you're walking into that guy's photo. Like if I don't recognize fucking Ronaldo.
Well, you stopped me and said you stopped me from walking. Okay, right, whatever, bro. All right,
Edwin wants to be the guy that recognized Ronaldo.
I didn't recognize him. That's the whole thing. I didn't.
No, we did. We thought
I didn't recognize him right off the bat because
how did you not? He was right.
It was
there.
Fat Ronaldo. I don't remember. It wasn't like
it was Fat
Ronaldo. It was, it was the different Ronaldo, and I was like. It took me a second to process, like, holy shit. Once I realized it, I was like, oh, and then we were like speechless. And then we just like, hey, hi, how's it going? And he said hi, and then we kept going. And that was the extent of it. But at the moment, I thought I was walking into some random guy's picture. And then, Gus pulls me back. He's like, yo. And I'm like, huh? What? Oh, like that, So not bad for, one of your first games ever. And, you see one of the greatest soccer players in the history of soccer. You know what I mean?
Seriously, man. That was
top five.
Amazing.
Top five.
Top five. Has to be top five, man. Top five. All right. Edwin.
Yes.
I've asked everybody else what's been a moment that stands out to them. But what about you, bro? What's been a moment that stands out to you? A singular moment. You got to pick one.
Oh, fuck, bro.
I don't want a top five. I don't want a Mount Rushmore.
Come on, bro. Let me give you a top five.
I want one.
I can give you a top five.
Singular moment, bro.
I can give you a top five of my top five. How about that?
No, I just want one. I just want one.
All right.
First one that comes to mind, bro.
I think there's one that's always stuck and has always been up there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's to me, it's being center court in Biscayne for the final of the Miami Open between Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal, and I'm sitting on the court next to the net, taking pictures of the two greatest tennis players in the history of tennis, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they're sitting on my side, and I'm looking at them, and I'm interacting with them, and I'm seeing them, and they're just right there. And it's a beautiful day at Crandon Park. Nice afternoon. It was sunny. I didn't care. I was the only idiot wearing black. And it was just, that's the moment for me that I at that time I was doing photography, and I put the camera down, and I always tell the story the same way. And it's because there's only one way to say it. I legit put the camera down and I pinched myself. I was just like grabbing my arm, and I'm like, is this really happening? Like, you got to remind yourself sometimes to take in that moment. Like, oh, this really just happened. Like, holy crap. And to me, that was something that, just, whoa, like always stood out to me. I know you don't want a top five. I'm not giving you a top five. I'm giving you just another close one. Okay. Was the Miami Miracle. The Miami Miracle.
Yeah.
the best part about that is whenever I see the pictures of the touchdown, you see me in the background holding the camera and trying to take a picture because I was so starstruck at the moment. Like I saw Gronk fall down literally just a few feet away from me, and then Kenyon Drake scores, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I forgot, take a picture. But at that moment, I saw that whole play happen from the field, and I saw that happening in front of me, and I was just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, you know, and it was awesome. But still, that the tennis, man, being in the presence of like those two guys that are just so incredible and so, bro, you know me, man. I love Roger, man. My background right now on the screen right now is actually a picture from that game. It's a picture of Roger holding up the trophy and all the confetti falling. That's my wallpaper. To this day, I still have it just because it's one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken.
That's awesome, man. I actually have a picture. I haven't sent this to you. I don't know why, but I actually have a picture of you taking a picture of Drew Brees.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bro, what's up, dude? That's pretty dope.
Yeah. Remember that when we tried to interview him at the Pro Bowl practice?
Yeah.
So I have a picture of you taking a picture of him, and you're like probably like 2 feet away from the guy or something. I don't know. You're really close.
You gotta send me that. I actually broke the photographer's code there, and I'm very respectful of all the players. I don't ask for pictures or anything. I know some photographers that I've met out there that I'll be out of, and Chris, I think you can attest, that's the word. There's been times where we're out at the game and we're taking pictures, and then some other photographer, you start talking to him, and like, oh yeah, look, before the game I took pictures with and he's going through his whole slideshow on his phone of everybody he took a picture with, and I don't have the balls for that. Like, I'll be honest, and I gotta respect, but I broke my code there, and I told Gus, I said, Gus, I want a picture with Drew Brees. I said, I'm gonna chase him down. And after he left the area that was there, I, putts my way all the way up to the front and kind of got in front of him while he was walking by. And I was like, eh? And he's like, yeah. And he leaned in and got my selfie with my boy Drew Brees. And after that, he moved up into the top 5. You know, I had him outside. He wasn't that good. But after that moment, I bumped him up. So
good stuff, man.
Yeah.
So real quick before we start wrapping it up, I'll give you my singular moment was when we were covering the actual Clásico here in Miami, right? We got to cover, look at this. Oh, actual Clásico. So, I mean, as it was the day before the game, and we're covering the practice at the Hard Rock, right? Barcelona's coming out onto the field.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
I'm in the tunnel as they're coming out of the locker rooms. So I just recorded them all walking through the tunnel, and I got all the Barcelona players just walking right in front of me, fucking everybody, bro. Any fucking Barcelona player you could think of that was at the team at the time, all the big ones, they all came. All the big players came that year, which is weird because that was like the only time that Messi has ever come with the team. Usually he skips out on those summer games, exhibition games, but he was there. Neymar was there. Fucking Piqué was there. All those guys were there. Suarez,
The video, bro. The video.
I mean, I don't have it on my laptop, so I can't.
No, but the video, that was a dope video. Gus was down there.
I love it. I took video of the whole thing of all of them walking by. My favorite part is at the very end of the video, the lady who's like running the security is telling me, no, you can't do that. And I said, okay, I already got the whole video.
I tell you, man, it was dope, dude. That was obviously a super cool feeling there, man. But
yeah, man,
I think it's been fun, and Achilles, thank you so much for joining us, bro, and being a part of this and seeing us through and giving us an opportunity. Back in 2016? Was that when it all started?
2016.
2016.
People for so long.
2015.
Yeah, we started in 15, but Miami FC was
started in 2016.
Oh yeah, my bad.
So big thanks to Achilles, and again thanks to Beto and Chris and Dennis and Ferb, who's still in the green room. I'll bring him back on in a second, but yeah, dude, I love it, man, and I think this is the best way that we could have done episode 200. Is to bring on the people who helped get us to 200. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I feel like, what's that movie? Oh fuck, the Walter Mitty. You ever saw that Walter Mitty movie?
Yeah.
Yo, that's a dope ass movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that's one of my top 5 movies right there, bro. You ever seen The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, bro?
No.
You never seen it?
Oh, yeah. Now that you said Secret Life of Walter
Ben Stiller.
Yes, dude. Yo,
easy. What is it about?
Man, it's honestly it's Ben Stiller's best work. I think
Oh, wow.
better than the
Tropic Thunder.
Fuck, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, dude, no lie, man. At the end of Walter Mitty, I saw it in the theaters, man, and people clapped at the end of the movie. It was that good. Underrated. It doesn't get that much love, but it was a really good movie, and it tugs at the heartstrings a little bit. Bing, 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 but it was fun, man. It was a really cool movie. I love that movie. Anyway, I don't know. Well, in the movie, since you haven't seen it, at the end of the movie, there's a reference. Dennis knows what I'm talking about. I don't want to spoil the movie, but you know what I'm saying when the magazine cover.
Yeah. The quintessence of life.
The ending of episode 200 is an inside joke between two people. Wonderful.
Yes, that's right. So you're always telling me I don't watch movies. Why don't you go watch a movie? Okay. There's your homework, Walter Mitty. But actually, before we let go, I do want to talk. I've been saying that I don't like these sports without sounds and crowds and all this stuff. Bro, I loved this the match between the golf match on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Bro, that was
Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, Tom Brady, and
that was some of the best TV I've seen in a long, long time, man. I legit enjoyed everything from that, and I enjoyed it even more because there was nobody there. There was no crowd, no gallery making noise or any of that stuff. Because I got to see they were all mic'd up. They were talking. I love the fact that it was pouring rain and they were still being good sports about it. I love that Tom Brady's pants ripped. You know what I mean? I love his response to his pants ripping, which is, I guess his pants are practicing social distancing, which was great.
Yeah.
I thought everything was so much, bro. It was such a good spooner that I had going on Sunday that I hadn't had in a long time. So
nice.
Did anybody watch it, or was I the only one?
I did not watch it.
Oh, you guys are killing me. Tough crowd today, bro.
I've been watching Korean baseball though.
You watching that, dude?
I've been watching some of it. You can't even tell if there's no crowd. Like you don't even think about it.
Oh man, I don't know. I'd try to get into the Korean baseball. I know. Dennis plays. What is it? The Show?
Oh yeah, I've been playing the Show a lot.
He's getting into that. And by the way, for those of you watching and commenting and everything, we are hit up the Facebook group, the Daily Lemonade Facebook group. Thanks for the name, Achilles. The Daily Lemonade Facebook group, where I'm trying to work something out. I want to make it I want to pick a day out of the week where we have anyone who streams any game. I mean, esports is big. We did a little poll on the group there, and people were saying that they want esports. So whether you play the Show or NBA 2K like I do, or Achilles, I know you get down with some other games. Yeah. Whatever it is, I wanna encourage a community there in the group for people to share their streams, man. So you can have other people watch and grow your audience the same way we've always helped grow everything that we've done. So I think it'd be really cool. And I've been getting into it, man. These streams, bro. These video games things, bro. I set up my mixer. I'm trying to figure out how to get it from my Xbox to the group. I'm still working on it. But if you already have it figured out and you already do it, man, by all means, go ahead and share it on the Facebook group and do it with us, man, because it's really, really cool. I think it's a whole lot of fun. So I want to have a day where we can really encourage that and build that community on there. So if Dennis, if you're, I don't know if you do the streaming or whatever, I think on PlayStation you can do it. But if you're down for it, bro,
I just figured out how to share photos now. I just figured out how to share screenshots off.
There you go, bro. Things like that, or share clips, anything, man. I think it's cool, bro. Esports is something video games is something that's helping a lot of us get through this stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking a lot of us have been playing it.
All right. So last thing before we end the show, Chris, and I'll ask everybody, but Chris, what's one thing that you're looking forward to getting back to once some normalcy comes back here with sports?
Just getting back. I think that's the craziest thing is there's that possibility where it may not come back as soon as we want. So coming back would be good enough. But I think what I look forward to the most is probably just getting back into the groove of, shooting so much, whether it was so much happens in a week with sports, man. So it's fun. So I just really miss getting back into the groove of having those struggles of shooting, 3-4 times a week, different games, coming home late. I just like the whole struggle, but the whole beautiful struggle, I should say, of shooting is what I really look forward to.
I love the Talib Kweli reference, the beautiful struggle.
Beautiful struggle, man. Yeah.
Dennis, what about you, man? What's one thing that you're looking forward to getting back?
I'm Chris. I'm just trying to get back on the field. Specifically, right now, I mean, it should be baseball season, so I would love to be at a Marlins game doing that. But really, I'm down for just be back on the field at as soon as possible.
Beto, what about yourself, man?
Hoping this NFL season starts, hopefully to shoot my first Dolphins game.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. We'll make that happen for you if we.
Yeah, the Chiefs game is all me though. I circled in my calendar, bro.
That's true. Chris told, as soon as that schedule,
y'all can take any other game.
Chris got lucky. That might have been the London game.
Yeah, it's true.
It was either that or the Seahawks game. One of those two was going to be the London game.
It was probably going to be the Chiefs one.
That's
got
true.
lucky.
Yep. All right, Achilles, what about yourself, man?
Yeah,
I know you. Everything popped off like as soon as you started your new job. So I'm sure you.
Not even that,
start my job.
All I've ever done since 2007 is work in sports. It's literally all I do. It's all I am. And I left Miami FC in 2019, September 2019, and then there was a little bit of gap. And then I joined the union, and we got 2 away games in, and 2 days before my first ever MLS game. Working my way up the ladder to finally work an MLS game. So it's just weird for me. Like, it's just my whole life. I don't know anything else, man. So the sooner it gets back, the better.
Good. All right, Ferd.
I miss the free food at events. That's what I missed. And
it's the number one press box perk.
I love the free food. Like I joke with Gus. I go, yo, I'm starting to come here just for the food.
Yeah.
But no, I miss the routine of everything. I feel like I'm personally so like meticulous and routine and this and that, and I'm in a house of 6 right now for a little bit too long, so I can't. I'm starting to. Everybody can't stand nobody at this point in the quarantine. And before I used to be home, like literally, I'd probably leave at like 9. And then between radio, stand-up, podcast, whatever, I'd probably be back like at 1 a.m. So I'd be home just to sleep and then do the same thing the next day. So I kind of miss that, just being up and about and doing something that I like, There's only so much Netflix you can watch.
That's true. All right. I know for myself, I'm kind of excited that the NHL is coming back. Right, they just announced. I think
Panthers made the playoffs.
Exactly. Yeah. Panthers made the playoffs. So I wear my Panthers shirt today, man. So I'm excited for that, man. I don't think I'll be able to cover any games because they're gonna host the rest of the games in like 2 host cities, and South Florida is not one of the ones that were selected. But it's all good. We get to watch it. I'll definitely keep writing about their games. And round 1, we got the New York Islanders. Screw those guys, huh? Yeah.
Franchise, like.
I didn't even know that was a team.
Yeah. Exactly.
They are a team.
What's an Islander? I don't know what the fuck that is.
They live in Long Island.
Yes.
Sure, I guess.
Terrible
Yeah.
I'm not an accent guy, man. I did my best.
No, I'm not talking about your impersonation. I'm just saying their accents in general.
In general.
Yeah. All right, Edwin, get back in here, bro. So whoever you kick out, thanks for joining us. It's probably going to be me. But Edwin, get back in here. And he's laughing. I can see him. I know my boy. Get back here and tell everybody what you're looking forward to, and then end the show.
Oh,
where's he going?
Damn.
Oh man, I was
ball.
about to. Oh, fair ball. Thank you, though.
Thank you, Ferb.
Thank you, Ferb. I was seriously. I was looking for the button to throw you off. Actually, I wanted to piggyback on what he said, man. Dude, there was plenty of nights in the last 4 years or in those 3 years of Miami FC, where, bro, that pizza was dinner, and I was definitely looking forward to that pizza.
Yeah.
That was how I was feeding myself, before a game sometimes. So definitely that. As far as what I'm looking forward to the most, man, we really had so many. I was just looking for the encompassing everything that we had coming up this summer. It was a summer of lemons. We had with NHL. We felt really good about the Panthers, how they were doing. I've been excited about the Marlins. I think this is a year where you're going to see that, that change up. I thought that they were going to really do something. Obviously, with the Dolphins' incredible draft to Tua, I'm excited about that. But bro, there's one thing that I've been looking forward to for so freaking long is an MLS team coming back to Miami. I was really, really, really excited. I had my tickets to the game. I told Gus I don't want to cover that game. That's why Dennis was going to be the photographer. I was like, I'm going to go and enjoy that as a true fan. I've been waiting since 2001 for this moment. I wanted to really indulge myself in it and be a part of it. I mean, I remember in the 2008 or whatever. Well, there you go.
I think we got these on the same day.
Maybe. I think it was at a USA Outlaws game, I think, back in the, before the 2010 World Cup. I don't know, man. It was a long time ago. Yeah. But I was really looking forward to this, and I had my tickets, and the day before, was it Friday that they canceled the whole season, and my tickets were for Saturday?
Yeah.
That burned, man. That hurt. So I don't know what's going to happen.
They say what they're going to do with those tickets?
Nah, as of right now, since the game is postponed, eventually they'll figure out something, but they'll probably give me a voucher to like watch another game once it does open up and they are able to play. But at that point, it's going to be a little, the luster is going to be gone a little bit. But I wanted to be there. I wanted to be at the first game, and that's what I was really looking forward to the most. But right now, just like everybody else has been saying, just for sports in general to kick back, and I want some normal stuff, man. I miss late night with the fish, man. I miss the Marlins going on the West Coast. You know, the 10:30 start times. And I've said it before. The one thing that another little positive of all this quarantine has been all the throwback baseball and throwback sports I've been able to watch on MLB Network and the Hardwood Channel Network, with Hardwood Classics on NBA TV.
Dude, what I've enjoyed,
Sports, everybody.
What I've enjoyed watching the most throwback is boxing. Like I got to watch
boxing all the time.
Dude, I got to watch Muhammad Ali fights. Yeah. Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier. It was the first time. Dude, it was the first time they showed it on TV in 30 years.
Shit, I haven't seen a single one.
Yeah, HBO and ESPN Plus has a ton of fights.
Well, I gotta start up with that ESPN Plus. I think I canceled my ESPN Plus because I wasn't using it. Yeah, no, I haven't seen that. And Dennis knows because Dennis will text me. He's like, "Yo, hey, Marlins World Series Game 3 is on today at noon," and I'm like, "Oh shit, gotcha, bro." And we're watching it and we're reminiscing about it. And then next thing you know, I'm opening up like my old baseball card albums, and we're sending each other pictures of shit that we used to have, bro. He's got the throwback championship rings. I'm sending him some autograph things I had. Right, it was just going back and forth. So I like the nostalgia that the quarantine has brought out of everybody. It's been nice to kind of reminisce and go down that memory road. So. I mean, I know Chris over here with his Chiefs, he ain't going to see a lot of throwback Chiefs games on TV, but at least not locally.
Hold up, I got to clarify, like a fake championship ring. The fake old championship ring.
Yo, that's no way, baby. That's the real one. Nice, bro. That 2003 one he's got. But yeah, it's been cool, man. And digging up a lot of this stuff that you can't see it over here on this side of the wall here. I've put up some stuff already. I had an old Dwayne Wade autograph from his rookie year.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even know I thought it was a fake one because his autograph changed after his rookie year. He changed it and he made it like some gimmicky autograph that he does now. So it's an original Dwayne Wade autograph. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember my friend got me that back in 2003 when I was in the Navy. And I had that. So I was like, digging up all these cool little things and been able to spruce up the office over here. So kind of making it a little man cave to an extent. But nice. It's been nice, man. That part's been cool.
Cool, man. All right, so everybody, guys, I appreciate all of you joining us today.
Oh, wait. Oh,
here we go.
I'm sorry. I can't believe I don't want to say we forgot this, but I'm saying we've been caught up with everything here and focusing on our boys here. We also got big thanks to our boy Tenard, who's I know he's having his daddy daycare moment right now. But yo, we might not be here if it wasn't for Tenard. We might not be here if I didn't take a picture of Frank Gore and happen to take a picture of him. But dude, a big thank you to TD, man, coming through and helping us reach new levels. I know he doesn't go out on the field and he doesn't cover these events with us because of his schedule, but we really wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Tenard. And the fact that he's been such an integral part of the podcast and fitting into what we do and being able to connect us with other people. I mean, again, it goes back to everything that we said, paying it forward and helping each other out. TD did that for us, and bro, a big chunk of what we are right now is thanks in part to him, just like as much as you guys here with the photography and the guys who started this at the beginning. We might not be here right now if it wasn't for that. So thank you for TD, bro. We love you. We miss you. We'll hope to have you back on the show next week. I know he's back in full swing of highlight, and he's got his season kicking back off, and he's already like I said, he's in full swing. He's won a few games already. So big shout out to him. Go watch it on the highlight channel on YouTube.
Bro, his
rebotes. Yeah, bro.
His rebotes are on the next level this season, man.
True, bro.
You can see the progression.
It's the fact that we were there. That's another thing. Again, we were there the first game. We were there with Lawrence Taylor watching them play the first ever highlight game. And that I was just like, shit. To see how they were bad. Like at the time, we didn't know they were that bad. We're like, oh, that looks pretty cool. Yeah. But now seeing how incredibly gifted these guys are and how they figured out how to play a sport at such a high level is insane. But to see how far they've come as well is beautiful to see that growth, man. And again, it goes back to seeing all our friends grow. And when we met Tenard, he was getting ready to do this debut highlight thing, and he was training. And bro, I remember the first day we went, there was people who missed the serve. You have to bounce the ball, catch it, and throw it, right? There was people who fucked that up the first day. And I was like, whoa, that's kind of bad. And I've never seen that happen again. But that tells you like how incredible, dedicated these guys are and how hard they work. And bro, you see them now, man. If you put on that highlight channel, bro, it's fun, man. It's fun to watch. These guys are killing it. They're slinging that pelota, and they're killing it, bro. So good for them. And big thanks to TD. And thank you to everybody, the people watching, the people who've commented, the people who've liked, the people who've shared, the people who've subscribed, the people who've done all those little things that we always beg and plead for you to do, man. Thank you so much for all of that, because, again, all those little things add up and all those things help.
For sure. So, yeah, man.
Right, I'm
so,
done
like I was saying, thank you guys so much for coming through for Lemon City. We're always got a lot of growth in mind, so you guys are definitely part of that. We've added some new people along the way, right? Like Edwin was talking about paying it forward earlier on the show. We've had MJ Acosta on our show, and she's helped us out a lot also. And so I saw, she's a former Dolphins cheerleader. I saw another Dolphins cheerleader recently graduated with a journalism degree. So I reached out to her and see if she wanted to do some work with Lemon City, and she's on board. So shout out to Jennifer Chang, who's joining the Lemon City team.
Yep.
So look out for her content. And yeah, there you go. Edwin knows what he's doing. I don't know what that was. That was terrible. But yeah, so
you knew what it was.
Man, just keep a lookout for Lemon City. We got some great things coming up. We're always trying to do our best to keep you guys entertained, keep you guys in the know, and all that stuff. So thank you guys for hopping on with us. Edwin? Edwin, for the first time, is speechless.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, again, all right. So we're going to wind it off. Let's send everybody home. Thank you so much for watching. Chris, Dennis, Beto, Achilles. Wait. Ferb, you too. We love you. Thank you so much. And we'll send everybody home. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
All right.